Intellectual stew. Intellectual stew with James Kirkland.
Powerful and provocative, prophetic and practical,
Intellectual stew.
informative and inspirational. How you gonna do better if you don't know what better looks like? I do.
Intellectual stew.
Come on, let's talk about it with me, the mind massager.
Intellectual stew with James.
Let me make sure this microphone is working. If you can hear me, say hello, say hi, say something. I can always check over here. See if I can do this down. Check. Oh yeah, it says I got time. Let me turn this music off. Y'all say hello. Come in the room and say hello. Say hi. What's up? What it do? It's not really an episode, but we still gonna talk on the intellectual stew for a few minutes. But I need to know if somebody can hear me. I need to know if someone can hear me. I'm gonna let the music keep playing till we're ready to talk. I'm watching TV. Play again, music. The whole thing's like turn it up too. Give me my theme music. This is my theme music. I'm just gonna play music until I see somebody come in and say hello. See somebody speak or something. Y'all like my background? I'm practicing for what I really want. Trying out this new microphone. I want to make sure that it's clear. But I need you all to tell me if it's clear or not. I'll do it tomorrow. But listen, can y'all hear me? Can anyone hear me? Say yes. No. Cat, dog, blue. I'll get into my conversation in a minute. Can y'all hear me? Oh, let me turn this music off. The only reason I'm asking, can y'all hear me, like I said, because I'm trying a new microphone out, and I don't know if it's working properly or not. Oh, there we go. But if I don't get nobody to say yes, hello, or something, then like I said, I'm gonna have to go live another way, because I don't want to just be talking willy nilly and can't nobody hear me. But I think I'm transmitting sound. So what's up? What it do? I wanted to come on for a few minutes. Not necessarily going to be here for a long time because I have. Can you hear me, Brother Calhoun? I've been asking everybody if they can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know if let me know if this microphone is transmitting sound or not. I'm switching to the lapel mic, and if I need to stick, yeah, you can hear me. Okay, good. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, I wanted to come on for a few minutes tonight. For a few minutes, listen, it's so much, and bro, that was super powerful at a church at the club the other night. I watched the video, the live video feed. Man, that oil, wow, that's fresh oil. That's major, man. What you're doing is so major and it's so necessary. And man, I want you to continue to do what it is you do. Yeah, you I really would like to hear where that vision came from because I had a similar vision probably about 15 or 20 years ago, Pastor Calhoun. I never finished, never accomplished it, but I like the way that you're doing it because you're doing it on a more uh, it's planned. Mine, I was just trying to invade some people, but that's some good stuff, man. So we need to send you a link and let you come on and talk about it and explain where the vision came from and how it works and all that stuff at some point whenever you're ready to do that. But listen, I wanted to come on for a few minutes tonight. Not going to be on long. I'm not going to be on long, but I wanted to come on because there's so much negative conversation going on. I mean, it's do you all ever really get tired of all of the negativity? And what's so bad about it is that it's so much negativity that's perpetuated and promoted, and then we find ourselves being complicit in that behavior. We want everybody to be the butt of somebody's joke. You know, so many of us have seemed to, I like to use the term, master the art of kicking the crowd. We see somebody who's down and then we want to jump. Like I'm working on something now, but I ain't taking no jabs at Ja Morant. The world's already trying to knock him out. So if I see society trying to knock you out, why am I going to go participate and go and kick the crowd? But that's this mentality this capitalistic society has perpetuated upon us, right? Because everybody wants to capitalize. Because somebody got to win, somebody got to lose, and that's how it ends up happening. And this brother, man, a young man, I hate to see what's going on with it, but it's so much negativity out here, and I'm at a point now, man. I want to hear some positive things, man. What I wanted to come on tonight for a few minutes, and if you don't mind, share this video. Because I'm trying to, y'all helped me a couple of weeks ago when my father was laying in ICU after suffering cardiac arrest 4 times. And I came to all of my Facebook family and my friends and all of my dad's friends in the city of North Little Rock and Atlanta and all around the world. And I asked you all to pray for my father, and you prayed. I mean, you prayed, and my father got up. I mean, the way he went in ICU, it could have only taken a miracle to get him out, and he's at home. I just got off the phone with him. He just got through eating dinner, and he's able to walk about his house and is clothed in his right mind, and speech isn't slurred. And I asked him if he wanted to come on tonight and say hello, but he said no, not yet. And I said I'm respecting his time with that, but it's a miracle. And if you all don't believe in miracles, I'm telling you, you need to. It's a miracle in North Little Rock, Scott, Arkansas, and his name is James Kirkland Sr. That's my father. Like I said, when the last time I saw him, when I left ICU, he was on his way out of the coma. But when I first got there, it would have made you wonder if he would ever make it out of that situation. So miracles, I'm thankful for that. I mean, I'm really, really thankful for that. And that's changed. Honestly, it's changed my perspective in life. People that I've kind of had grudges against or might have been angry with, you know, at the end of the day, it really wasn't that significant. And the grudge wasn't that serious because I went to bed every night. I didn't lose any sleep. I promise I ate every day, regardless of how that person felt about me or I felt about that individual. It's changed my perspective. It really has, to watch my father laying there fighting for his life. And he was fighting for his life, but he's here. He's here. He's still here. And like I said, he's clothing his right mind. So I'm super thankful for that. I'm thankful for the fact that God woke me up this morning, and that he's clothed me in my right mind. I'm thankful uh, that I still have, as grandmama and them used to say, a reasonable portion of my health and strength, just enough. I mean, these bones. I was walking through. I'm only 50 years old, but I know I need to work out more. But I was walking through a store today, and every step I took, my little bones would creak. I mean, just creak, 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 just bones just popping all over the place, bones just popping. But I was walking. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful for that. And so that's what I want to do. I want to spread for a few moments while I'm on tonight. I just want to spread a spirit of gratitude on Facebook. Let's just be thankful for something for a change. I mean, it's so much negativity, and I understand. The dividends are in division. As long as we can stay divided, man, somebody's gonna continue to make money. That's how this government works. They operate off of fear. That's why the media does what it does, to incite fear, because if they can incite fear, then they can provoke a response, right? And if they can provoke a response, then they can control and manipulate behavior. And if they can manipulate behavior, then they produce the product that they're trying to produce. And the product they're trying to produce is fear. They want us to be afraid. But I am combating that tonight. I mean, let me tell you something. Marlon, what's up, cuz? We used to hear, Marlon, I know you from PV, so you heard it before. You remember in church when we was growing up, they'll say, "You can't make me doubt him because I know too much about him." You remember that? Y'all remember? Help me out right quick. Y'all remember that? He said, "You can't make me doubt him because I know too much about him." Having seen what God did for my father in Baptist Memorial Hospital in North Little Rock, Arkansas, as he rested for those 4 days in that coma and had to work his way out of it. I mean, they took him, I think, 3-4 days to come out of the coma, right? But having seen how God literally turned that situation around, I mean, literally turned it around, and now we still have him. Now, I ain't gonna lie, if something would have happened to Pops, y'all probably would have had to come get me, because I've been struggling. That's why Marlon, I haven't done the podcast probably in the last 3 or 4 weeks, whatever it's been, because I've been worried about I was worried about my Pops. Now, let me quantify what I mean by worry, because I went to church the other day, and and they told the testimony of my father. And sometimes somebody tell their testimony, of course everybody starts shouting and running and jumping around. I don't really move like that, you know what I'm saying? But I really, even though I was thankful that he did it, talking about God, I expected him to do it. Does that make sense? So, I mean, because this wasn't the first miracle that I've seen. Now, it's no miracle is different. Oh, I'm great. Yeah, I'm not great, but I'm good. But no miracle is, in God's eyes, it's different than the other. See, it's just as easy for him to wake me up in the morning as it is to heal him or can't heal my father of his heart, whatever he's going on with his heart, right? It's just as easy, Marlon, for him to pay your bill as it is as him to give me a reasonable portion of my health and strength. I mean, whatever it is, right? It's not nothing. I'm saying it like this: nothing is too hard for God, and because I know nothing is too hard for him, that's why it didn't blow my mind. It didn't blow my mind. I expected it. So, like I said, right before I came on live tonight, he called me, and he told me he had just finished eating dinner, and he was getting ready for bed, and how he's happy to be sleeping in his own bed, and how the rumors are going on. Listen, y'all, how old am I? I'm 50, so people my age have grandchildren now. I don't have grandchildren, so some of you, yeah, I think we need to get in our children's business. Marlon, I mean, I'm a little older than you. Did we fight like these kids fight these days? I know we used to have some tussles at school, and we'd have fighting seasons and all this kind of stuff. But it's my understanding the week that my father had his situation. I don't even want to know what to call it, but the precedent of his miracle, whatever you want to call it. They said it was like multiple fights, just a whole bunch of little girls fight. I mean, what? I ain't gonna lie. When I was younger, unless I had to defend myself, which I never really had to fight or anything in school, I would have been scared to fight at school based on what my parents would have done to me when I got home. I mean, seriously. I mean, real talk. I mean, I used to get in trouble, a little bit, and I used to stay on punishment. My sister reminded me I stayed on punishment, but it wasn't. It was because I didn't finish work, or or talking too much in class, but certain things, because I understood consequences. Um, I would be afraid to act a certain way because I understood that when I left my parents' house, that I still carried their last name. And because I carried their last name, I couldn't have them out here looking bad. Because if I made them look bad, then guess what they was gonna do? They're gonna make me feel bad when I got back home. But these children have absolutely no fear of consequences. Why is that? What happened? Yeah, I mean, and I really want some answers. Unless we went to the projects, yeah, we had to fight. I get yeah, Jane Oliver, all of yeah, I get that. But I'm talking about going to school and fighting, knowing that you have parents or grandparents or guardians or so. Is it the fact that there's no discipline in the home? Is it the fact that we're afraid that if you do discipline, that the government's gonna get involved and you're gonna end up going to jail? I mean, I'm just asking, what could it potentially be? Is it the fact? And I'm gonna ask this question, and if I'm wrong, y'all let me know. I don't mind being wrong. I've been wrong before. Could it be that there's not as much male discipline in the home? Because every statistical category says that children perform better at school and psychologically and all kinds of things when there is a male present in their child's life. I mean, I'm brainstorming right now because I don't know what preceded my father falling and hitting his head. I mean, there were reports that there were fights. I mean, so they even had a lot of some little girls jumped on, and they had all kinds of stuff out here that was going on, but there was a fight. I don't know how it affected his body or not. I'm not saying that it did. I don't know. But why is it that these kids are going to school acting like this? What is it that makes Marla? I don't know if you've encountered, but what's up with these little mean young girls nowadays, like in they early to late 20s? What are we so angry about? What is it the lessons that life's lending right now? What is it that makes us? But I don't want to really jump on the tangent of negativity. I don't. But I'm gonna ask some of y'all that are listening right now, what are you thankful for? What are you thankful for? Real talk. What are you thankful for? What are you thankful for? My thing that I'm thankful for more than anything right now is the fact that I still have my father with me. Like I said, after what he went through in the last couple of weeks, man, for me to get the phone call on Friday, because I was on my way to the airport. Was it Thursday night? I was on my way. I was going to the airport Friday morning, and my mom called me and said, "Don't come. He's not having surgery. He's going to be going home tomorrow." So I'm here, but I still got my ticket, and it's ready to come at a moment's notice, whenever I'm ready, because that's my dad, and I'm definitely going to go and see about him whenever something is wrong. Because you know what, a lot of people have their horror stories when it comes to their fathers, but I don't have a horror story. I mean, every time I needed my pops, even probably when I didn't deserve for him to show up, he still shows up. I got a heavenly father and an earthly father, and the earthly father gave me a wonderful example of our heavenly father was treating me. And if God's treating me better than my daddy, man, I'm in good shape. I don't have any daddy issues. I don't have any stories of negativity about anything. I mean, he always tried to carry himself in a respectful way around me and help me become the man that I am. The only mistake, and I'm not going to say it's a mistake, but the only thing I did probably was not stay there in my young adulthood, because when I moved away It was probably some more lessons that I was still learning that I might have missed. But I got them. I got them. I got them. I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. So, but I'm still asking the question, and nobody's responding. I don't know why. But what are you? Or it could be that you're not thankful. It could be that you're not thankful. You know, like I said. Now it was in the old days. If you went to the church and you opened up the mic and you asked people what they were thankful for, man, shoot, boy. I mean, it would turn into a testimony service. It would turn into a real live testimony service. Somebody get up and they say how they say it first, giving honor to God, who's the head of my life, you know, and then they'll go on and they'll tell their story about what God did for them. And but I don't know, man. We got too many other factions now, and I think it's I don't know. But the Bible said it's gonna get worse before it gets better. So at least we're right on schedule. Man, every day I'm looking up. You thankful for your life, Sharia girl? Please. Ugh. So and you know what? That's a mouthful in those two words, because you know why? So many people despise their lives. So many people are not happy with where they are with their current position in life. You know, and we used to sing the song, you know, that my good days outweigh my bad days. But I know some people who will probably testify that it seemed like their bad days outweigh their good days. Because I mean, like I said, the negativity that society feeds us all day, man, especially through this social media medium, man. It's tough. It's tough. So to suggest that you're thankful for your life, that's a powerful position to be in. That means you come to grips with who you are. You know whose you are. You know that you couldn't have made it this far on your own, and you know what that means more than anything to me, Sharia. And so maybe somebody else can catch on to this as well. When you get to the point where you're satisfied with who you see in the mirror, that's a powerful position to be in. Because I mean, like I said, I mean, y'all have heard me tell my testimony. There was a long time I avoided the mirror because I didn't want to see who was looking back at me. Because I wasn't happy with who I'd become. Yeah, and that's just real talk. That's just real talk. I wasn't happy with who I become. But looking at the mirror though, watch this. The looking in the mirror allowed me to see the flaws and to make the necessary adjustments. That's what mirrors are for. To fix the flaws. To get to make the necessary adjustments. You know, it's not, you know, it's just not mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one. That was a cartoon. That wasn't real. We use mirrors to fix flaws. And when you get to the point where you're satisfied with who you see in the mirror, then you can say like Sharia said. She said, I'm thankful for my life. What are you thankful for? Marlon said, I'm thankful for having all of my limbs, a roof over my head. I'm thankful. Oh, let me put it on the screen because he got a lot right there. We write these long testimonies. Break it down, shawty. Oh, I'm thankful for having all my limbs, a roof on my head. I'm thankful that God woke me up this morning. I'm thankful to be here today, embracing myself with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that my cousin has always embraced in me and his brother as a teenager to be different and to solidify the difference in between being a boy and a man. I did that for you. Which cousin are you talking about? Which cousin are you talking about? No, but I'm real talk. Yeah, all those things. And you know what? You and I need to make sure that we recognize the source of our blessings. Like I said, we call that source a whole lot of different things now. Some people call it energy. Some people call it the ancestors. Some people call it the universe. You know, some people, whatever you call it, I get it. I mean, that's your thing. Do what you do. I'm rolling the way I roll. But whatever it is, I'm going to make sure I give thanks to it. because number one, because Thessalonians said this is the will of God concerning us, that we give thanks in all things. But so what happens so many times, Lamar and Bubba, I got you. What happens so many times is because J. Vernon McGee said it like this, so many times we practice perpendicular itis, where we think that everything rests upon what we've done and our accomplishments, you know, our degrees, our political affiliations, our financial accumulations, our education, all that thing. And we think that we did it on our own and don't realize that during that process, somebody else lost their mind. but you were able to keep it together through completion. That was when I finished my first degree. I was 35 years old, and when I finished my first degree, to see the pride in my family's place, in my family's faces when I completed that degree. And you know what it was? It was because I completed it. I mean, after 35 years, having children by now, having been married, having going through a career, preaching, all these different things, that I mean, have made six figures at a certain point, all these different things, and then to go back and finish school was I completed it. And what I thought about is that during that span of time, from the time I was 18 to 35, I went to college when I first, a lot of people lost their minds. A lot of people went to prison. A lot of people, went in a whole different directions, right? But at the end of the day, I was completing something I started, right? And so I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful because God kept my mind. So you ought to be thankful. You ought to be thankful that God, so you got to realize that you didn't do it on your own. And if you think you did, God bless you, man. I'm not here to debate you or argue with you. I'm not. Listen. I could be an apologist and defend the faith, all that, but I'm 50 years old now. I'm at a point where I choose my battles. I ain't trying to choose me. If God don't compel me to say a certain thing or talk a certain way or any of that, I ain't trying to. I realize everybody ain't gonna get saved, and I get it, and I'm good with that. But I will let my light shine, and that's what I'm trying to do by doing it. So tonight, what else? Marlon said he's thankful for having all his limbs, a roof over his head, and God woke him up this morning. Sharia says she's thankful for her life. I've told you I'm thankful that my father is still in my life and that God has maintained. Y'all really, bruh. One day I'm gonna tell you. One day I'm gonna really sit down and really talk about some of the things that I've been through. And you know what? I say the things that I've been through in the last 5 years. But honestly, and I gotta be honest, a lot of those wounds, a lot of those things that I've gone through, Marlon, they were self-inflicted wounds. A lot of the stuff that I went through, real talk, and I just gotta be honest, was as a result of my own personal personally making bad decisions. That's what it all boiled down to. But you know what is a good thing about it? Is even with the self-inflicted wounds of life, that God still some way takes all of those experiences, even the good, the bad, the other ugly, and all those things still work together for my good. Because you know what I do? I take the outcome of those bad experiences. I take the outcome and I still chalk them up to experience. And if I don't learn anything else, my father taught me this a long time ago. He said, James, you can learn something from everybody, even if it's what not to do. So if I don't learn anything else from my bad experiences or even my bad decision or the outcome of my bad decision, I learned what not to do. And if it was if it was very uncomfortable, if the outcome was super uncomfortable, then I'm definitely not going to do that again. I'm gonna document and say, no, we ain't going. We're not going. I remember one time I was selling insurance, and that's when GPSs were just coming out, and I'm using the GPS, and I'm in this little small city, and I don't. Without a GPS, I would have no clue where I was, and while I was in that small city, my signal ran out. It went out. It went out. So I'm in the middle of this little small city in Georgia. Signal's not working. I don't know where I am. I don't know how to get back to the freeway. But then all of a sudden the signal came back, right? But for that moment, I was out of it. I had no clue. I didn't know how to move or nothing like that. And sometimes life is like that. Sometimes you'll make a bad decision and it seems like you out of the game. But then when you sit back and calmly collect yourself and you say, you know what? This is where I went wrong. This is the mistake I made. And you chalk that up to experience. And then guess what you do next? You forgive yourself for making that mistake. Now, that was probably one of my biggest issues, is that I didn't forgive myself for a long time. I didn't deal with it. Just move on. Wake up the next day. Well, yesterday was yesterday. It's over. Boom. Move on. Never dealt with it. And if you continue to sweep certain things under the rug, typically what happens is that you will create a lump of dust under the rug. And before you know it, you'll be tripping over past mistakes, stuff you never dealt with. All you do is take the dust outside. All you do is forgive. All you do is just move on. All you do is go, but never deal with it. So when you finally learn how to do the work and deal with it, then you can really be honest with yourself. And then you can find gratitude. Because you know what? And this is just real talk, and I'm about to get off here because I wasn't planning on being on long. But real talk, you know what happened? You know what? It's hard to be grateful for everything else when you're not happy with yourself. And see, that's why what was the old saying? Hurt people hurt people. Is that what it is? Hurt people, because they see themselves. See, typically we see the world how we see ourselves. And if we don't see ourselves in a positive light, then that's why you have so many people that constantly complain. That's why you have so many people that are filled with negativity. And all you hear is just, man, I got certain people that literally, if they call me, I have to really, really, really contemplate, am I prepared mentally to deal with what this person's about to say? And if I'm not prepared mentally to deal with it, or if I think they're going to bring me down, I won't even answer the phone. And honestly, and it's getting to the point now where I'm bold enough that if I answer the phone and they start going in that direction where it seems as though they're about to be negative, I'll tell them, nah, bro, I'm not going with you today. I can't do it. I can't do it. Got to protect our peace. And if we protect our peace, then it'll start to reshape the way it'll reshape our worldview, or our perception of things, right? Because so many times we have a poisoned perception of everything. I mean, everything. Everything. You ever seen somebody who can put a negative spin on everything? I mean, you can be ready to say, I'm going to scramble some eggs. Man, I know somebody ate the eggs last time. They had shell in their eggs, and their eggs was nasty. And just everything is just, negative. Deliver me from those people. I don't want to be around them no more. I mean, let somebody else do it. I don't want to do it. That's what that old lady said. Let somebody else do it. Because I'm serious. I'm at a point now in my life, and I want y'all to join me on this. You know what? We have the power to change. We have the power to choose our circle. Isn't that a powerful position to be in? Let me put this on because I have to remind myself of this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's why I got to remind myself. I'm on the path to better. I promise you. Yeah. But do you realize how powerful of a position that is to be able to choose your circle? Now, choosing your circle means sometimes you're going to have to change your circle. And changing your circle means there are certain individuals within the context of your circle that you got to remove yourself from. You got to reevaluate some friendships, especially if you're stuck in a state of stagnation and you're not. I need people around me that motivate me. And now, I'm be honest, I've walled myself in to an extent. I don't think I used to be an introvert like this. I think I got to ask some psychologists, is it possible to make yourself more of an introvert? Because I think I did that by isolating myself. So I got to go out and make some new friends. Now, that seems kind of strange to say that you got to make some, but it's also kind of exciting. It's also kind of cool from the standpoint that I can choose people that I need people that I'm going to be in my circle. Now, I got a lot of Facebook friends. I got a lot of friends at home in Arkansas. I got a lot of people, associates and all that. But here in Georgia, I don't really rock with too many people like that. I don't, and I got to do better about that. Got to do better about that. So, but yeah, that's a good position to be in to change your circle. Yeah. So, like I said, we're on for just a couple of minutes. Wanted to come on. I really didn't like it. I haven't done a show in the last 3 weeks. Now I am putting together new content, and I thank those who have been sending me inbox information about information. I mean, shows that they want me to do, and I'm going to do them soon. But I'm just trying to relaunch, rebrand, refocus, refuel. Coming up on the anniversary of my mom's death. So like I said, I got a lot going on. Coming up on that, and then to have my father give us that scare he gave us last week. I was like, I'm telling you, that would have they would have had to come get me. I'm glad God intervened, and like I said, for that reason, I'm very, very thankful. I'm gonna come on more often, and I'm gonna give some of you all that are afraid to share your testimony, or not afraid, or don't care to share it yet. But let me tell you something. A lot of times, your testimony is really not for you, but your testimony is for someone that might be going through the same thing. And I got a friend of mine, that Facebook friend, that inboxed me a few minutes ago, and he has right now his brother is in ICU, and so we're gonna be praying for him. Had another young lady come in my inbox on last week, and she was going in for cancer surgery. She didn't want me to make it public, but we prayed for her, and she's doing better now. So I believe God is still in the miracle working business. And I'm a witness. I saw it with my own eyes, and I get to experience it. Thank God for a few more. I don't know how much longer, but however much longer I get to experience it, I'm thankful, and that's with my Father. So, whatever you're thankful for, share that information. Let somebody know. Let's stop perpetuating poison, negativity, all of those things, man. You know what? Let's get out of the kicking the crowd mentality. Just because we see everybody else fighting somebody, we don't have to take jabs at somebody else that the world is knocking out. Yeah. In fact, I think the Bible said, ye which are spiritual, restore such a one. Let's see if we can practice this whole piece called restoration, and let's try to, let's be the church for a change. Scripture teaches us that it says, "Let your light shine." It don't say make your light shine. Just let the light do. If you just I'm not just you, because I ain't talking about just y'all. I'm talking about myself. If we just let light do what light does, we don't have to. It's not a whole lot left beyond that. That's why grandmama and them used to say it like this little light of mine. And if light, and what does light do? Light kind of makes darkness disappear. That's why grandmama used to be able to walk down the street on her way to church and didn't nobody bother her, because light did what light does, and light divides darkness. Darkness can't stand still once light enters the room. Oh Lord Jesus! Listen, did you hear what I just said? Darkness has to divide at the very moment light enters the room. And if we just do what light's supposed to do, and Jesus said in Matthew 5, I believe it was, he says, "Let your light so shine before men." And then if you didn't understand, he said, "You're the light of the world." Talking about us. Those that were on that mountain represented future generations, talking about us. And he told us that we are the light of the world. But for some reason, we keep dimming our own light. Is it because we don't pay the power bill? People don't pray like they used to. People don't plug in church, things of that nature. Their spirituality, whatever you call it. I mean, like I said, I know who I advocate for, but I'm not telling you to do what you do what you do. I get it. But is that it? Is our light not shining because we're not paying the power bill? Because I'm gonna tell you, it's some powerless people. There used to be some powerful people, but I mean, this world seems to keep getting more and more powerless. And I think it's because we're making our light shine. We think we I'm trying to get off, but I keep going. But I think if we think that because we got a certain level of education, or we got a certain credit score, or we got a certain amount of money in the bank, or we got all of the symptoms of success, that allows our light to shine brighter. And not sure if that's what he was talking about. Because see, at that point, it's kind of like you making your light shine. And if you're making it shine, then I think that's at the point when God kind of says, I'm gonna put up this Baptist finger and walk out of this situation. And I'm gonna let you have that. That's on you. You handle your business with that one. I think that's but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't profess to know all things at all. I don't profess to know all things. But so let's continue to let our light shine, even on this social media piece, on our jobs, because as grandmama and them used to say, it done got late in the evening. And the sun is going down. And as we live through these eschatological times, I think we need to, it's time more than ever, it's time that we start to operate in the proper role of the church. Yeah. Because the pandemic taught us that our theologies weren't restricted by geography. We didn't have to just be in the church, but we still need to go, no doubt. I messed up and didn't go for a while, but I'm back. But let's I'm about to roll. I got to get off the phone. I got to make a phone call, but I got to make a couple phone calls. But real talk, be thankful. Be thankful. I'm thankful. My dad's still here, hopefully for many more years to come. And you ought to be, and he's a product of praying saints. That's what I call Pops. Yeah, he's a product, and you prayed for him, and that's why he's still here. So thank y'all for jumping on live with me for a few minutes. Didn't mean to hold y'all this long. I'm working on some new content, and it'll be coming out. I'm working on some, for real. I'm really working on some stuff, but I don't want to do it unless do it right. I got time. So I'm out of here. Been fun, been cool. If you can watch this video at a later time, the replay, go ahead and type in there what you're thankful for. You never know who might be reading that and might identify with the same thing that you're going through. And it might give them encouragement to keep on keeping on. So let your light shine. Also be thankful. And also remember that the world is changing. My question for you is, why do you remain the same? Good night, and I'll catch y'all later.